Hi guys. Um, so I promised you guys this video a while ago, and things have been hectic here, so I haven't had a chance to put it out. With my mom being sick and my dad being injured plus work, it's been crazy. And then I have received a message from my ex, so I had to go through and block him from being able to see any more of my videos. See, but this is going to be about my high school years, but I have a part of my story that I wasn't going to tell. But I have decided to tell you guys it, and I won't say name, and I'll just tell you guys, until my freshman year of high school, I was sexually abused by this person, and it it wasn't fun. I was scared, and it wasn't fun, and I didn't. I mean, it's made me into the person I am today. And so that led into my freshman year, and I was dealing with a feeling dirty and disgusted with myself. And then going into my freshman year, I bullied constantly. My grandfather passed away that year, but then my friend gave me an outlet, and she introduced me into cutting. And I began, and eventually I was addicted to it, and I just couldn't stop. Freshman year wasn't a good year for me. Neither was the rest of my high school experience. The constant bullying, constant hating myself all the time because of how I was, and hating myself for the things I did. Every time I cut, I felt extremely guilty, and I felt horrible about myself. The scars I now have to bear or make me hate myself so much. Freshman year, it gave me something. Freshman year, it let me take out my frustrations and my hate for myself, and it made me, it let me feel that pain, and it let me make my emotional pain my physical pain. It just wasn't good. It was really bad, and I'm always self-conscious My freshman year, when I cut, I would constantly hide them, and my family would say that I was doing it for attention, and in reality, I didn't want the attention. So then I stopped doing it in visible places. I started doing it where people would never ever see them. And I think about what I would do when I found somebody I cared about. How do you explain to somebody that you hated yourself so much that you chose to scar your body? I wasn't thinking about that at that time. I just wanted to stop hating myself. I was in therapy since I was 12 years old. 12 years old. Just crazy to think about. I've been on meds for a very long time. I'm not on any meds right now. But, it's pretty crazy that I've been with my therapist that I have since I was 12 years old. But anyway, after freshman year, we get into sophomore year. In sophomore year, again, I won't say who it was, but I was sexually abused by somebody else. That summer of sophomore year, so the summer leading into junior year, he abused me, and you know what's really sad? I finally told somebody. I finally told somebody, and they blamed me. And when they told me that it was my fault and that how do you tell somebody who finally has the courage to stand up for themselves and tell somebody that they have been hurt, that it was their fault. Then I started hating myself so much, and I started to believe it was my fault, that I was doing something wrong, that clearly I was doing something for these people to hurt me and to attack me. I had to be. I just had to be. I was shut down. And, I entered an extreme depression. Over back to freshman year, I had actually told about, being sexually abused at 7 years old and being sexually abused until my freshman year. But you know what happens? You know, everything gets swept under a rug and you put on a mask and you never speak about it. you have to pretend you're okay. And you have to pretend that nothing ever happened. So New Year came. I finally had enough. And I took my mom's pills, and I tried to end my life for 3 days. I took these pills to end my life. For 3 days. The first night that I did it, all that happened was I got extremely sick. And she took me to the doctor. My mom did. And he said, oh, she has strep throat. That's why she's sick. There's no big deal. I did it again. A couple days later, again, I like I was sick. But then the next time I did it, I took a lot more. And I guess I had a mental breakdown or something. And I had gone upstairs screaming that there were people in my room. And I was so scared. And they thought I had a nightmare. Not once did anybody think I tried to kill myself. Not until I told them. See, the next night, I got so pissed at my mom about something stupid, and I blurted out, I haven't been sick. I tried to kill myself. You know what that led me to being ushered into the car. Let's see, before they left me for a little bit, and I ended up taking a handful of ibuprofen over the counter. And I mean, like, that didn't do anything at all, so they took me into the ER. I mean, I was fine. Obviously, the pills had already left my system, but I was fine, and then they took me over to Rogers. And, I was there for almost 2 weeks. I actually liked it there. It was nice, you know. And see, they made you answer 3 questions every day that you picked, and one of my questions asked me, how do you feel about yourself, and how do you think others see you? See, my answer was simple. My answer was extremely simple. You see, I saw myself as fat, as somebody who couldn't keep her father around. who is a loser. Isn't that crazy? I hated myself so much. And you could tell by my answer how much I hated myself. So then came the second part. See, I knew that too. I knew that answer pretty easily too. See, I thought other people saw me as the easiest target in the world. Somebody who was fat and ugly and stupid, who should ultimately go and kill herself. Because nobody would care. Nobody would care. So that's how I thought. I figured nobody would care. It would be better for everybody if I was gone. So after those 2 weeks, I was released and I was put back in school. Things got a lot worse. So much worse. The bullying got worse. My hate for myself got worse. And that led into my senior year. When my last suicide attempt happened. And I nearly died. I should be dead right now. But I'm not. See, I took my antidepressants and I took every one of them. I didn't want to live anymore. So, that night, I guess I went into a seizure and fell off my bed. I'm sorry about that. But I went into a seizure and fell off my bed. My dad the next morning found me in the bathroom trying to clean off this piece of cardboard because I had gotten sick, and I guess I was sitting in the bathroom. You know, I wasn't in my right mind, obviously. I mean, the pills seriously affected me, and that's how he knew that I had clearly taken something. So, he got me to the couch or something, and my brother's ex now, was sitting on the opposite couch from me. I was on one couch, she was on the other, and I guess I went into a seizure. And I wasn't coming out of it, so like I wouldn't wake up. And she had to call 911. And they put me in a restraint chair because they couldn't get the stretcher. I guess, you know, I have no idea what happened. But this is what I was told, and then I was rushed to the hospital, and I was in ICU for like 3 days. I don't remember a single thing. I was completely out of it. And that's scary. That's scary for me. And then I was put in handcuffs and put in the back of a paddy wagon and driven to the county mental facility. The feel of the handcuffs on my wrists and just being in the back of a paddy wagon scared the hell out of me. So I was taken to the county and kept for less than 24 hours. Upon being released, I was yelled at, and it made me feel 120% worse than I already felt. See, then I had to return back to school. And once again, I had to face the bullies. And I had to face hating myself. But see, this led to me meeting my ex. See, before I hadn't accepted what I was yet, and I wasn't sure what I was yet. So, my ex asked me to go to a dance with him, because I forgot what dance it was, but asked me to go to a dance with him, and I agreed. And I guess at this dance, we never talked before this. I didn't know who the hell he was. But I guess at this dance, he was telling everybody he was going to marry me. I had no idea. I didn't learn this until later on, but that's scary. See, that's very scary. So, after this dance, we hung out a couple of times before we were finally alone together. And then his true colors came out. And he scared the hell out of me. His aggressiveness, dominance, scared the hell out of me. See, he wanted me to do a sexual act that I refused to do, and he got so angry and told me, either you do this or I'm going to rape you. I stood my ground and I refused. And you may be thinking, you're crazy. Why would you choose being raped? Or just doing what you wanted? And I chose being raped because how do you prove that you were forced to do a sexual act? So I know at least if I was raped, there would be evidence. And but see, he didn't do it. He chickened out. And don't get me wrong, I am very grateful he did. Because I don't I don't know how I would have survived that. But, I remember him yanking my hair and all this other crap that maybe he thought was okay. I don't freaking know. But, I mean, it hurt. And, I remember him putting his hands around my throat at one point, and I was ultimately scared. I felt no emotional connection with him. But I really never did with men. And, so, ultimately, the next day was Sunday, so we ended up going to church, and, I broke down, and I told my mom everything at church, and then she told my grandma and my aunt, and they called me over, and I just broke down, and I started crying, and, me, my cousin, and him were up in front, so I had it go him, then my cousin, then me, because I wanted to stay separated away from him. And when it came to praying, I was pulled up, and I mean, I just bawled my eyes out. Like, I was so hurt, and I was so tired. I was so tired of being hurt by every guy I knew. So, after church, yeah, because I went back with them, and my aunts stopped to get pizza, so me and my cousin ran in, and my aunt texted me and asked, so I guess we're over, and I said, yeah. Yeah, we are. But see, I didn't end it right there. Because he wanted to talk, and so I talked with him, and I just said, I mean, but it didn't end there. See, he was the first guy. I didn't know what I was at that point, so for 3 years, we kept going back and forth. I mean, the other, for 2 years, it was over the phone, because, he didn't live here, and, each time I was reminded of what he was. He was evil, and the things he wanted to do were evil. The things he wanted to do to me were just awful, awful things, and anyway, so the final time I finally broke it off completely, he had to actually reach out to me. And finally reached out to him, and he said, if you ever try to contact me again, or you tell anybody that I threatened you, which he had done, he said, I will kill you. So for the past couple of years, I have watched over my shoulder, scared that he would show up and kill me, ultimately, and I was scared. And then all of a sudden I get this message on my YouTube, which led to me banning him, because I will not let you stalk me through my YouTube, watch all my videos. Like, no, because in this video I talked about what he did, and I'm thinking of my personal safety, so I banned him because I won't risk my life to tell my story. And yeah, that was my high school years. Hell, each and every one of them. And there's more to the high school years, but that's another BDSM video. But yeah, that's what happened. Those were my high school years: cutting, suicide attempts, sexual assault. It all happened. And it's time I was told for everybody to hear. Okay, so this was the longest video I've ever made, and now it's over. So I'm gonna say goodbye, and I'll attempt to get another video up next week. And I don't know what that video will be about just yet. Obviously there's more to the story, because I'm 20 years old, and so maybe it'll be about, I don't know. But yeah, so until I get up the next video, love you guys.